I believe Knights of the Old Republic 2 is the high point of the entire Star Wars franchise, and I'm not sure it's even close. I understand this is a controversial thing to say. It's not my intent to diminish whatever enjoyment you may derive from the movies, for example, but you gotta know that if you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic, you are depriving yourself of the best of what Star Wars has to offer. There is simply no substitute to exploring the universe of Star Wars yourself via one of the best RPGs ever made. But let's not waste any more time. Allow me to walk you through why KOTOR stands head and shoulders above every other iteration in this franchise. Let's start with the setting. KOTOR takes place about 4,000 years before the timeline we're all familiar with from the movies. As such, it immediately positions itself as the most unique addition to the franchise. This is a time in Star Wars where the Sith and Jedi are fresh off a civil war, and much of what's left of the technically victorious Republic is quite fragile. This power vacuum allows for a very interventionist experience on part of the player, and along the way there's a lot to learn about the Jedi, Sith, and everything in between. In short, the contentious time period KOTOR encompasses is perfect for an RPG and narrative in general because it allows you to really explore the differences between the light and dark sides philosophically.
Do you know why those we meet display such weakness? As I said, their lives are static, untested. It is only through interaction, through decision and choice, through confrontation, physical or mental, that the Force can grow within you. You have seen it. You have felt it within you as you have traveled with me. The growing anger, the rage, and the power it brings. Yet the power does not build without such struggle.
This is something the movies don't do a very good job of. The only Dark Jedi across the 3 trilogies, 9 movies, that seems to have any appreciation for the history and philosophy of the Sith whatsoever is Darth Sidious, who uncoincidentally is by far the most successful antagonist we've been exposed to. To contrast, the Sith of KOTOR and really the galaxy in general seems far more in touch with the roots of the dark side. The fact that the player actually visits the Sith homeworld of Korriban is one of the more straightforward examples of this, whereas in the movies, I'm not sure it even gets a mention. And speaking of the Sith, without good antagonists, it's hard for a story not to fall flat, but the cast certainly doesn't disappoint.
Did you come here for answers? There are none. The call of Korriban is strong, but it is the call of the dead. It is fitting you came here.
The likes of Darth Nihilus and Sion embody everything you hope to see from a Sith Lord, and Darth Traya is potentially the most sophisticated character in the entire franchise.
It is said that the Force has a will. It has a destiny for us all. I wield it, but it uses us all, and that is abhorrent to me, because I hate the Force. I hate that it seems to have a will, that it would control us to achieve some measure of balance when countless lives are lost.
These 3, among many lower-tier foes, serve as extremely worthy adversaries. But not just that. KOTOR is not just the story of a lost Jedi looking to reclaim their power and their path. You are a student of this universe. You will routinely be offered wisdom from both the light and dark sides, and it's up to you to decide how to apply it. The outcomes of, in some cases, entire planets is often in your hands, as well as the futures of those closest to you. Now, on the subject of choices, the alignment system is your standard RPG moral barometer, with the sum total of your choices pushing you one direction or the other. From here, you can specialize into one of 3 light side or dark side subclasses. All of these systems and choices come together to provide the only true role-playing Star Wars experience out there. It's a genuine journey backed by a superb narrative. But what's a journey without companions to shoulder the burden? Once again, Knights of the Old Republic shines immensely. There are a total of 12 possible characters that can join your entourage, each of them from a different moral background. However, for many of them, these backgrounds and their personalities in general aren't stagnant. Just as you are exposed to the wisdom of others, you too can impart your own upon them, changing them for better or worse. Just like practically every other part of KOTOR, this is a deep system involving characters that are almost always a joy to interact with. For example, HK-47, a dark side-aligned assassin droid, is possibly the funniest, most unique character in the entire Star Wars universe.
Statement. Master, I must say it is a pleasure to be working side by side with you. Statement. Just when I believe my photoreceptors have recorded the last potential aspect of your cruelty to my memory core, you commit a new atrocity that leaves me analyzing its impact for days. You are like a delightful random cruelty generator, Master, poisoning all you touch with your presence. You are a testament to all organic meatbags everywhere. Flattery. It is not mere entertainment, Master. It is art. Statement. I have already learned a great deal, Master, and I am anxious to learn more of lying, betrayal, and new ways to harm innocence.
But again, it's not just the interactions with these characters that are genuinely interesting, but how they can progress as well. Gaining influence with characters so that they respect your opinion, and subsequently nurturing the right sentiments within them can yield very interesting results. Perhaps that snarky pilot has the potential to be much more. All of these possibilities, big and small, are baked into some of the best and most diverse dialogue choices I've seen in any game. It's impossible for any movie to compete with this much substantive conversation, all voice acted of course. So to wrap it up here, Knights of the Old Republic excels in every metric by which you judge the RPG genre, all while taking place in not just a unique time period in the Star Wars universe, but arguably a more interesting one, though I'll concede I might feel that way because every single Star Wars movie takes place in the same 40 or 50 year time period, following generally the same group of people and their kids, etc., which is frankly ridiculous in a universe this deep. But anyway, if you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic 2, you owe it to yourself to do so. It is the most immersive and substantive addition to this franchise, and so proficiently captures the essence of Star Wars in an RPG format that I genuinely believe it rivals the movies themselves. And for those wondering why I made this about the second installment specifically, it's because I think nearly top to bottom it's a more refined experience, but don't take that to mean KOTOR 1 isn't also legendary, it is. I just wanted this video to be more concise. Anyway guys, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you like the content, please subscribe. Catch y'all soon. Peace.